Hello again, listeners or viewers. Welcome back to the Kotu Classic FPL podcast show, whatever you want to call it. We are recording double game week 34 preview. So timestamp is what? Wednesday, 9 o'clock here in the US, 4:17. And Chama, what's the timestamp over
It's
there?
it's 1 o'clock here, 1 o'clock in Japan on Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
Yeah, in the future.
In the future. Yeah, so we're going to discuss like this is the first double gaming that people have been planning for. So there's a lot of um, uh, planning and analysis to be had. So we'll probably try to do that on this on this podcast or whatever, as much as possible. So
First double game, I think we have had quite a few that.
we've had a few. I think we've had a few. Yeah, but like the
Yeah,
small teams. But this is like it's not as big, but at least there's some planning that goes into it. Because
yeah. I think
yeah,
this is the first mixed double, like double and single mixed together,
yeah.
which makes things very complicated.
There's a lot of games, yeah, and then there's a lot of games involved. Before we get into that, we'll just go through the results for game week 33. Some notable results. We just pick a few. Newcastle 4-0
Mhm.
Tottenham. This is it was a good result. I was shocked because I was expecting that Tottenham will probably go to Newcastle because Newcastle haven't been doing well defensively recently. So yeah, I was
Mhm.
shocked and impressed at the same time. I wish I had what's this guy's name in Newcastle,
Isaac.
Isaac and Gordon. I was like, yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah, anyone who
uh,
double up on them was
yeah, they
was
did, they
really
did,
enjoying it.
yeah, they enjoyed those
Yeah.
points. What other result do you want to pick from these lot so we can quickly discuss them and move on?
Chelsea is interesting too a bit,
Six
and then
zero,
of
man.
course
Right?
Liverpool.
Yeah, 6-0. Palmer, we'll talk
And
about
then the
Palmer in the
Liverpool
talking
one.
points. Yeah, the next one, like six. I mean, hat trick, man.
Yeah,
Like it could have been more.
yeah.
Also, it could have been more
Yeah,
as
he
well.
scored the perfect hat trick. Left foot, right foot, header,
Yeah,
and then you add the penalty. We did
yeah.
not get there. And then of course the Liverpool fixture, of course, you can see the XG there. It was like very big for Liverpool, and then they failed to score in that game, which was, I think,
Oh,
it was the
three.
highest Liverpool have recorded in the Premier League without scoring. Like sometimes you hear some lazy commentary saying, "Oh, Liverpool were just abysmal." In the first half we were, but in the second half, I've not watched a game where we should have won. And then we failed to win. I cannot remember a game like that. Crystal Palace all could close to them in that one, but I think Liverpool deserves something in the second half. No matter what you do, the ball will just not go in. And that was the situation
Yeah,
in Liverpool
something
in the
is yeah
second half
something is
in
happening
that
with you
game.
guys, man. Like you're finishing the past 3-4 games. It's been I don't know whether it's confidence or whether it's like
Mhm.
fatigue. We just don't know. Like the XG is there,
Yeah.
but the goals are not just going in.
Hmm.
Yeah, another
Yeah,
one
very.
is Man City looting. No surprises there. At least Haaland finally got like a brace or something. Did he score 2 goals, right?
Got a goal and an
A goal and an
assist.
assist, yeah. So
Yeah.
he's been to be honest, he's been poor by his own standards. He's been really poor, and
Yeah,
I,
definitely.
I think if not for the FOMO, the fear of missing out, like most people will probably just move on and get somebody else, because the
Mhm.
price tag, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think with the double comment, I think many managers are actually, going towards that route of thinking of, okay, maybe it's time to sell Haaland, depending on what chips you have after what chips you're gonna use
mm,
after the double game week in double game week 34. Many managers are really considering selling him for the the low budget strikers and stuff like that. Yeah, he has been underwhelming. Yesterday in the
yeah,
Champions League too, if you watch the game,
yeah.
he
He
was not
wasn't involved at
at
all.
it.
Didn't get any chance in the first
Yeah.
half. So, I mean, so,
Mhm.
like it. Well, you can look at it both ways. Now that they're out of the Champions League, so now they might focus on the league. So
Uh-huh.
you never know. They might try to put all their firepower in the league and try to win it. At least get something. But yeah, as in
Mhm.
the past few weeks hasn't been great for Haaland. They've been winning, but yeah, not him.
Yeah.
Foden has been the one that has been
Yeah.
doing well recently.
Yeah, definitely. Foden has been the one, and then he was unavailable in the weekend and
Yeah.
stuff. But you guys too, against Bournemouth, you drew 2-2. It was another interesting one for United. After
Apart from
when
Bruno,
was the
yeah, apart from
Mhm.
Bruno, I think the rest is just not mentioning. Like as a Man U fan, I don't speak for every Man U fan, but as a Man U fan myself, I just want the season to be over so that we can get a refresh. Like
and then
get
start
get to
again?
planning and get players that need to leave, and then we get new players in because Like I'm not seeing us getting European football this season, to be honest. So let's just I'm just checked out most of the time anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think you mentioned the Spurs start Newcastle game. Actually, it was a funny game because Spurs had 70% of the possession, Newcastle had 30%. But of course, it
it
was by
was
design. Newcastle,
it was oh
that was
yeah
their plan.
oh yeah
That was their plan.
the tactic was perfect. This is how you play Spurs. We
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do it when we played them the first time. I think away, but we couldn't take
Mm-hmm.
our chances. But Newcastle played them perfectly. They had the chances and they did that to them. So I was, you know, honestly, like it's not something. When I saw the goals, I was like, wow, like 3.5 xg to 0.74. Oh man. Also
Mm-hmm.
the defenders, the defense, the
Yeah.
Van de Ven did not have a good
Uh,
game. I felt
He did
sorry
not
for
have
him,
it,
to be honest.
and
Yeah.
Udogie himself. I think and he has been very stubborn with his tactics, and it has been like everybody has known him for that. He say if his tactic A is not working, he try to improve on tactic A. That is his plan B. Which if plan A
Oh,
is not working, he improve on plan B.
improve on
So
plan A.
it's
Yeah.
he's very rigid on his tactics, which of course is sometimes good, but sometimes you have to be flexible to change things sometimes, to adjust yourself. And then, to be honest, this was a good lesson for him. This game was a good lesson for him. He can just go and look back the possession, like I say, 70%. Tottenham had 70% of the ball.
Hmm.
Newcastle have 30% of the ball. But look at the chances. Newcastle have 3.15 xg, Tottenham has 0.74 xg. What
Yeah.
happened? So yeah, it's a lesson for him. I hope he learns from it because he's a good manager. But
Yeah.
there are things that
You need to
he
change.
can
Yeah. You need
improve.
to adapt to
And
the situation. Yeah.
yeah.
Moving on to the talking points. Yeah. So two, I think, shocking results. These Aston Villa and Crystal Palace turned the table. Obviously, you guys lost to Crystal Palace, which was the first shock of the week, and then Arsenal also lost to Aston Villa. Like I want to say this, man. Aston Villa, I think next season they might be in like competing. If things continue to progress the way they are progressing, they might be up there with
Mhm.
like as the top teams uh, vying for the title. Because the way they played, man, I was impressed. When they beat Man City, they played Man City's game better than Man City. I was impressed in that game. This game against Arsenal, even though Arsenal were a bit poor, I don't know what's going on. Maybe they run out of steam,
Mhm.
or but they
Mhm.
they, they outplayed them, man. Like they should have scored
Mhm.
more goals, even the two, because in the first half, I think they hit the bar twice also.
Yeah, they hit
Yeah,
the bar and the post, and they also
yeah,
shot they hit the bar and
definitely.
post at the same time.
It should have been
So
like yeah,
they could have had more.
yeah,
Definitely. Yeah, they are an interesting club, to be honest. But yeah, sometimes once you move into that European territory, it becomes the more difficult. We can see Newcastle right now how
yeah,
good they were
yeah,
last season, and
yeah.
then how struggling
Hmm.
how they struggled this season with the injuries and all whatnot. They could not cope with the demands of European football,
You
Champions
have
League,
to get used to
Wednesday,
it.
and
Yeah, it's not
yeah, you
easy.
have to get used to it. So yes, Villa, at least for them, they have the experience of playing in Europe this season. They are still in Europe. They are still in the Conference Cup, but of course, the Conference Cup compared to Champions League football is quite different in terms of intensity and all whatnot. So when they move into the Champions League, I think it's gonna be very difficult for them to maintain the level.
Hmm.
But to be honest, they have been really that was the first time. I think when we discussed that one, that was the first time I watched a team in the Premier League win Manchester City and then dominated them
Dominated
in
them.
that fashion.
Yeah,
It does
in
not happen.
every department. It like
Exact,
it was so strange.
exactly,
It was surprising. Yeah.
exactly. And
Um,
Watkins, what a season he's having. Watkins has been having an
I think
exceptional season.
I think
20,
he's the best
he's on
striker this
19 goals,
season.
right?
I think he's the.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but he's close
He's
there.
on 19, yeah.
Haaland,
After
Haaland
Palmer,
and Palmer are
We
20. I think
will
20
talk
goals.
about Palmer.
Yeah,
And Haaland are on 20. Then you have Watkins on
with
19.
9 penalties,
So
of course. But yes, yeah.
and Watkins did not take any
Any
penalty all
penalty?
season.
Yeah,
He's the only one
yeah, yeah,
among those players who did not take any penalty. And then you have Crystal Palace of yeah. What else to say about the Crystal Palace game? It has been coming. It has been coming for Liverpool. I think if you watch our games in the past, every time we always start slow in games. but then we always come back, and then we tend to use that comeback as a good sign as we Liverpool fans. Okay, we are like anytime teams score, we know we're gonna score back, and then we're gonna come back, and then we win the game. But there is only a number of times you can do that. It's gonna come back and hunt you at some point, and that was what happened against Crystal Palace. We started slowly. Crystal Palace took the lead against us, and then from there, Liverpool dominated, created all the chances. And I will not even fault the finishing of the players because of I think Salah had a shot block on the line. Darwin had a shot block by the goalkeeper, and then Jota had a shot block by a defender on the line. So I think all his three chances, like if I was in that position as a footballer, I think I would do exactly what they did. They were just unfortunate. Those three were unfortunate. There were other chances. That's why I like to analyze it in the so, for example, people are saying, oh, okay, why are Liverpool missing these chances? Is it because of they are not ruthless? But I think what they did in those situations, any player would have done. Darwin, I know he will get because it was a reflective shot that he took. It was a big chance, and then the goalkeeper just opened his arm like this, and then the ball hit the goalkeeper's arm, and that was it. Salah already hit the target, and then what was Mitchell just opened his leg, and then the ball hit his leg. And Jota was likewise. They were open goals. There was no goalkeeper, but just for some reason, the ball just will not go in. These kind of things happen in football. It was not about bad finishing from them, but it was more about being unlucky in that situation. The Curtis Jones had an opportunity one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He didn't hit the target. That one you can blame Curtis. Why? At least hit the target. That is what we are asking for. But he did not. So I think Liverpool were out for it. That's why the XG was very high. And then, then there was no goal. This is the highest Liverpool have recorded, or this is the highest the Premier League have recorded without scoring a goal in a game. So it says a lot. It was not bad finishing. It was just unlucky, in my opinion, in my own assessment, that one.
So now
But yeah,
that changes
the table is turned.
the table.
Yeah.
Man City won, and they're now about 2 points ahead.
Mm-hmm.
2 points, and then followed by Arsenal, and then Liverpool. Most Arsenal fans, like when they lost the game, they stormed out of they left the stadium before the final whistle, which I don't understand, to be honest, because you've been, just a week ago you were topping the table on goal difference, but then just one game, and then all of a sudden you guys have given up. I don't know. Maybe I'm not in their shoes to understand what is going on. That disappointment that we saw it coming, like because it's the same way. It's like it's happening the same time as last season where they got to this point. So yeah.
But what I can say to those Arsenal fans too is you are playing against a not the greatest Manchester City team, so there is a tendency for this Manchester City team to drop points.
Definitely, yeah.
It's different from the last teams that Manchester City had, where you would just look at this team and say, like, no matter what you do, they're not gonna drop any points. But this Manchester City team, they have that in them that they are beatable. Just like you watch Liverpool, everybody will tell you they will concede a goal in every single game. Liverpool will concede because of. Not that we have the bad defenders but it's just the nature of the team they are. And Manchester City this season, they are beatable. They are not at their best this season. Their players are not at their best. Haaland, you just mentioned about him. He's not at his best. The only player that you can pinpoint and say this player is playing his top level football, or two of them, is Rodri and Foden. Other than that, the whole Manchester City team, you cannot say any other player that he's having the best season of his career or stuff like that. So they are beatable. They can drop points, and then there is just 2-point gaps in the league table right now. But the question is, can Liverpool and Arsenal, can they bounce back from this
and win all the rest of their games? Yeah, because if you want to stand a chance, you have to win all the games.
You have to do your stuff. I don't trust Liverpool to do their stuff right now, personally, from a Liverpool point of view, Liverpool fan point of view, which is quite bad. But watching them play, and then the way I feel every time I see them play these days, like always we are starting slow, and I'm seeing it. And then we always have to fight back, like I say, to win the game, which invests a lot of energy. I don't think we can do that every single game until the end of season, unless we start keeping clean sheets immediately, which I don't think we can, because it's quite difficult for us to not concede big chances, to not concede proper chances against opponents. So that's why I don't feel Liverpool have it in them. Maybe Arsenal do, because I think they are a better defensive team than Liverpool.
Yeah. So I think we just mentioned, or just briefly touched on Man City and the way they are reliant on Foden mostly, but he didn't play, but they still managed to win, Grealish is back, but I feel like with Grealish, he's still, because he was out for a while, he's still trying to rediscover his form, so Man City, and the funny thing is, as much as they are like in their own level, you can say they're not doing as well as we they are known for doing, they're still up there competing. It's very strange, man. Like they're still competing.
Yeah.
Hopefully now that they're out of the Champions League, Foden can come back into the team and they can actually give this title run, something, give it their 100%. Because we all know, I think most of us have Foden, or people that have Foden. If not, maybe if he continues this way, you're definitely going to want to have him in your teams anyway. So yeah, they
But
cruised.
this midweek they had a very difficult Champions League game against Madrid, and I think sometimes this is the thing about European football. It's not just about being there playing, but sometimes the mental aspect and then the psychological aspect. The game you go through, there is physical, of course. You play 120 minutes, then go to penalties and then lose that game. It kind of affects you psychologically and stuff like that. And then you have the physical. And then this weekend they play the FA Cup semi-finals against Chelsea, which also could have the tendency to go all the way to the all the way to the penalties or extra time and stuff like that. So how can they deal with that Real de Madrid? I know they have the experience, but even the teams that have the experience can suffer from it sometimes, especially demands of the Champions League. So how can they deal with that? Then the FA Cup and then the league coming with how tight the league is. It's quite interesting. I think the league is still open, but maybe Arsenal and Man City. I just don't see Liverpool.
You never know, man. You never know. It's a very unpredictable league so far. Isaac and Gordon, like I think we mentioned this before, that they were at the double. Did they score 2 goals each, or did Isaac score 2?
No, Isaac scored 2. Gordon scored 1 and assisted 2. Okay. I think he assisted both Isaac. Oh no, one of the Isaac. Actually, Gordon assisted 3. I think he won the penalty. Did they get a penalty in that game too?
Yeah,
I think he assisted 2.
I'm not sure.
I think he assisted 2 or 3. Yeah.
Either way, I think the only reason we don't really prioritize, I think, their players right now is the most popular player in Newcastle, Trippier, I think he's injured, right? He's out.
Yeah, he's injured.
Even before then, they were not keeping clean sheets, but now they don't have double game week, so people are not really looking, forward to owning their players. But
they have the double in 37 though. That is double in 37, and I'm sure, yeah.
To be honest, I think I'll find a way to fit Isaac in, even though what's his name? The other striker is also actually back from injury. He's on the, I think he's training now. What's his name
again? Wilson.
Wilson. He's training now. So I don't like that switching of 2 strikers. This one plays. But Isaac is looking like a very good option to have right now. Gordon, I can't fit him in my midfield because Palmer is doing the business, so I don't need to have Gordon in my team.
Palmer, community property. So Newcastle will play Brighton and Man United.
That's a good segue. That's a good segue. Cole Palmer. I mean, I'm sure Man City is wishing that they bring him back and then sell him to Chelsea for higher price.
For higher price, I know.
Seems like a bargain at this price, man, that they got him for. What a player!
Yeah, what a player he has been. Like, and then he does not look like that type of player.
Yeah, he doesn't look like. Yeah, he doesn't look like a.
He doesn't look like it at all. What a player! He's very dangerous. That kid is very dangerous. 20 goals so far this season. I think 9 assists. That is 29 goal involvement in the league. That is more than any player in the league. And then to consider that he only started from game week 7. That was when he first started in the Premier League this season. And now he's at the top of the goal scoring chart. He's at the top of the FPL scoring chart with Watkins. They are level on 208 points, I think. Like, he has had an where would Chelsea have been without
That's what I was going to say. If you remove all his goals and his contribution, Chelsea will probably be like 15th by now or something crazy. I mean, we need to give him his props, man. He's a player, and I enjoy watching him play. Because it's like
and they had a drama in the game. Did you see the drama, Chelsea drama?
It's disgraceful. It's very disgraceful. Like, he doesn't have to do it. So why would you be? He is the designated penalty taker. Why are you going to drag a player? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson, man. I don't understand. I was supposed to.
Yeah,
No. I was so ashamed. And what's this?
Yeah. And then the other guy, what's his name? Madueke. It was interesting.
It's very shameful. I don't want my team that I'm supporting to go through that, honestly.
Yeah, but like I say, I think the club lack leadership. I think in terms of on the pitch, they don't have a proper leader because of
somebody who they like respect and hold to high regard. Yeah.
Yeah.
because they're all
Yeah,
the
Conor
same. They're
Gallagher
all
is
the same age. Apart from
age
Thiago
group.
Silva, yeah,
Exactly.
the rest are they're all the same age.
That's why Thiago Silva was the right captain fit. You
Yeah, he
know,
was.
even though if you know he was gonna leave the next season, it was a good time to have him as a captain, and then he have an understudy, one of the young players like Rhys James, Chilwell.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Chilwell. He was fighting against Conor Bradley. I think when we play against them, Liverpool, Chelsea. So a player who is just breaking through, you are the captain of this team. You should just get on with it. So yeah, Thiago Silva. I don't know why it made sense for the coach to just say, okay, Thiago Silva, you're not gonna be the captain anymore this season. We're gonna give it to a player with
Mm-hmm.
the future. Every coach have their own way of thinking, but I think it
That was
was
the
not the
wrong
right
move.
way
Yeah.
that approach that one. Yeah, it was very disgraceful.
Um. So going to our results, I think for the first time, or not the first time, but I think we've had a few of the same results recently. My game week was 61. I was surprised because when I looked after before Chelsea played, man, I don't even know 28 points. I was like, what? It's one of the worst game weeks. Like on paper, the way it was looking, I was like, this is not going to be good. You know. So I think Palmer and Gusto are the ones that actually saved my week because a lot of people captained Haaland, so 61 points. Kelleher, I forgot that Allison is back. It didn't even occur to me when I saw Zero. I thought maybe you guys considered that's why he didn't get anything. But then I went back and I saw that he didn't play any minutes. I was like, oh, I made a mistake. I should have, probably taken him out and then got somebody else in. But yeah, Zinchenko with 1 point, Gabriel 0 points. He got a yellow card. Arsenal considered 2. Gusto with 6. At least that was the saving grace. Estupinian, he's always been the past few weeks not doing well for me. Saka 2, disappointing. Salah 2, Son 1. It's only Palmer, 26 points, and then Haaland, who at least managed to score and then an assist with 20 points. Muniz, since he came into my team, 0. He's not been doing well. That means
Yeah,
disappointing, man. Very disappointing game week.
you
But at
know,
least I got 61 points. I'm surprised.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what's more disappointing is we have been. I think we had a segment or a pod where we talk about is Palmer the captaincy option
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
since then
yeah.
he
We
has
haven't
been
captained
flying.
him.
I don't think we never captain.
We never captained
And
him.
then we don't even talk about it,
Uh,
because we are just so stick. This is why I don't like this fear factor thing when it
yeah,
comes to these
yeah,
big players,
yeah,
them
yeah.
Salahs, them Haalands. You have to have an
Yeah,
open
because
mind about
because
this thing.
they're not on form. The person that
Yeah,
is on form is Palmer. He's been doing it for the past 3-4 weeks, double digit hauls. I
yeah,
don't know how many times now. Yet still,
yeah,
the expensive players are not doing it, but we don't want to give it because we are afraid of everybody
yeah,
it's premium.
but
I don't know.
I'm talking about, but yeah, in hindsight you can say it like that. But of course, we all know how it works in
Yeah,
FPL.
yeah. The fear factor is just part of FPL. Mo-
It's part of it. It happens.
moving on to your team, I think you also got the similar points as well.
Yeah, no, yeah, we have the same point. Goalkeeping point, the same. I have Neto. He played, but he still get the same 0 as Kelleher. And I have Gusto and Reguilon. They came out with the clean sheet. Ben White, he was getting roasted by what's his name, the Aston Villa Italian winger. What is it? Yeah, what's his name?
I forgot
The
his
tall
name.
guy,
Yeah. The left back. He's very good. I forgot his name.
the left wing. Yeah.
He was very
Zaniolo,
good.
Zaniolo.
He was very good.
He haven't had a very good season with Villa, but
Uh-huh.
against Arsenal, because I know what the game. I woke up and they say Zaniolo was like he
Zaniolo.
was the
That's
reason
his
why
name, Zaniolo.
he was the reason why Ben White was substituted, because he was absolutely roasting him and stuff like that.
Was
I said
cooking, yeah.
Zaniolo, this Zaniolo who cannot even break into this Tottenham, but it
No,
was a
but
tactic that they had.
he's actually good.
Yeah,
He's actually a good player. I think he has had problems with injuries. If you can see,
no, I
like
know him. Yeah,
even with
he's
his
an exceptional player. He was
yeah,
at Roma. He won the European Conference League with them, and he is really, really good.
yeah,
He
he's
was
good.
one of the
Yeah,
top Italian
yeah,
players.
yeah,
He had the ACL injury
yeah.
at Roma. That's why he still tied his knee.
Yeah, I
When he
saw that.
played,
Saw
he
that,
still
that
tied
he
his
was
knee.
the knee was heavily guarded. Yeah, I was like, yeah, this guy has.
Yeah. But yeah, at Villa, I just mean at Villa, he has not been, having that kind of season that
Mhm.
we would have expected from him. And then all of a sudden, he was the one that, was the one who won them the game against Arsenal, because he was the reason Ben White was substituted. And that was good for my FPL team, because Ben White was off when the game was
The
0
only one
0.
to have a
The only defender to have a clean sheet in that one.
yeah.
Gabriel got 0 points. They got yellow card both. And then in midfield, I had Son, Palmer, of course. Everybody have Palmer now. Saka and Salama was my captain. He has been blank. He has been, out of form very badly of late. Darwin likewise, and then you have Watkins up top. I still had Watkins. I still have his 7 points. It's fun,
It's very
but of
fun to
course,
own
if it is
Watkins
not
right now. Yeah, I wish
yeah,
I
but
had him.
if you cannot get enough points like to match the players that you're going against, like
Yeah,
Haaland got 10. So for
yeah.
me, yeah. And then I had Eze. I brought in Eze
On the
to
bench.
to prepare for Guillermo game 34. And then of course I benched him because it was Liverpool. But then you realize that sometimes you have to analyze deeper and say, okay, this Liverpool team, they concede goals, right? You have to accept that they concede goals. Even though I'm a Liverpool, I have to accept that we concede goals. So maybe I could have, but who would have I benched
Taking the
for that?
gamble.
I think there
Yeah,
was
I
no
would. I
player.
wouldn't take anybody
Yeah,
out. Yeah, that to be honest. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just one of those.
That's the thing.
hmm
Yeah,
Um,
61 points, similar to you.
similar to me. Yeah. So it was. I don't know, man. Like things are getting tough in FPL. Anyways,
It again tougher.
the Kotu Classic mini league update. We have our
Uh-huh.
manager of the week with 108 points. What?
Wow, some people are flying, man.
Man, like Charles Marfo, Club's Kids. So congrats,
Uh-huh.
Club's Kids, being the manager of the week for Game Week 33. I mean, that was a really heavy score, man. If you have this, you're probably flying up the ranks this week.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was such a bad week that you can see the top five. There's no movement. I'm sure everybody had like really bad scores or in and around the median score for the week, which is about 58.
Mm.
So AA still in fifth, Mauro Jallo still in fourth,
Nothing
Alaji
changed.
Bite
Nothing
in
changed.
third, Tiongo is like the same. It's like 33 never happened. It's like we were all back in 32. So
Yeah.
yeah, no
My
change
boy is
there.
having a very good season. Al Mubashir,
He's,
Jack,
he's
right?
there,
I don't
he's
think
there,
they can
he's
catch
there.
him anymore.
He's probably gonna
That's
win it.
that's about 50. Yeah, that's about 50 points gap. And the way he's managing, I think he could hang
He
on
could
with
win it. Yeah, he could
the
definitely win it.
lead. Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we move to we're gonna skip fan corner this week, so we just move straight to because of time limitations. We just move straight to the fixtures. We have a lot of
Yeah,
fixtures.
because of time limitation, not just because we are bad, Liverpool and Man
Yeah.
United,
I know,
just
right?
because of time. Yeah, just to put that out there.
this would be the perfect time to skip it because both of our teams lost anyways. So
No, you
or
guys got a point
we
at
drew
least.
we drew at least, but still,
I would
yeah.
have been very happy with that point, to be honest.
Oh man. Anyway, it's a double game week. Obviously, a few teams gamble. I think using this one will probably tell you the teams that double. Arsenal double. Bournemouth
Mhm.
double. Crystal Palace also double. Everton double, and then Liverpool, as well as Sheffield United, and then Wolves. So we have a lot of fixtures. I don't think I can go through all of them, but yeah, it's a lot of fixtures
Yeah, yeah.
if you're watching.
Some double game weeks.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the ones obviously most people are actually gonna target is the doubles. Most of us have three Arsenal players, anyways. I
Mm-hmm.
think the difference is going to be the Bournemouth and then Crystal Palace, in my opinion, and then Everton. I think Crystal Palace has
Mm-hmm.
the best fixture in this double, in my opinion, because both of their games are home games. So it might be
Yeah.
worth to target, even though they're not really haven't done well this season per se. But I think
Mm-hmm.
they're worth a looking like to just see which players to
No,
get in. Yeah.
yeah, I think they have some quite exciting players. The only like the club generally, like as a team generally, maybe they are okay with the where they finish, like they are in table and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They had a difficult time with Roy Hodgson, and then they decided to change the manager. But in terms of the players that they have, there are some exciting players. Eze is one of them, of course.
Olise, yeah.
We see what we see what he can do. He is kind of the talisman of that
Yeah.
team on
Yeah.
penalties and stuff like that. Olise, when he's fit, he's an FPL asset, but he has not been fit enough this season. That is the problem. Now he is fit, so he's going to be available for the double.
Mm-hmm.
So he could be an exciting one. And then you look at their defense too. They are playing 3-4-2 with the new manager. 3-4-2-1. Like that's what they are playing. So it
Mm-hmm.
means the fullbacks are kind of a wing back instead of being a fullback. That is Mitchell and Munoz. So those two fullbacks, they are some players to target in FPL if you are looking for FPL defenders. And even the centre back, you have Anderson. He's a regular in the team and he's a threat on set pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So at least you have five players. The goalkeeper as well, Henderson, because he kept a clean sheet at Anfield. They have been good defensively, I believe. Even on a Roy, they have been good. Just that they have not done much in the other end of the pitch, which is the attacking end of the pitch. So there are 5 or 6 options at Crystal Palace to consider. And like you say, right, you say they have the best
They have the best fixture on
fixtures.
paper, yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Which other teams would you target or from these teams that are doubling? And also, let's not forget the single game week players as well, because we have a few like who's Aston Villa playing? They are playing Arsenal. Okay, that's a tough fixture for them.
Aston Villa. And Aston Villa are playing not Arsenal.
Oh,
They played
Bournemouth.
Arsenal
Okay,
last week.
sorry.
So they
Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong
Bournemouth,
team. They're
yeah.
playing Bournemouth there. That's a
Yeah.
good fixture to have actually.
That's a good
To have
fixture, yeah. Like
have
for me,
Watkins right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like if you are not on a free hit, I think if you are on a free hit, you have to go for the full force with the double game
double
because you
game
have
weeks.
to
All
just
of
go
them
for
double
it.
game weeks. Yeah, to take
Yeah, if you are
advantage of
free
that.
hit, if you are free hitting, yeah, if you are free hitting. But if you are not on a free hit, I think there are some single game week players that you will find hard to bench. Even Palmer, he play away to Arsenal. I think with the form he's on, and Arsenal, how dejected they have been in the past week, they have been drained because of the Champions League and all
Yeah,
whatnot.
they
So
seem
there is a
exhausted.
chance for
Yeah.
there's a chance or two there for Palmer. So you have to play him if you have him. If you are not on a double, but if you are on a free hit, I think I will sell Palmer and I will sell even Watkins.
Yeah.
But in terms of the double game weekers, I think Arsenal 3, like you say, everybody will have 3 Arsenal, 2 defenders and an attacker or something. And now I don't know if that's a good idea. Maybe the attackers are
With the
better.
defense,
And then Liverpool,
I'm not so convinced about the defense anymore. But you
yeah,
never
yeah.
know.
How about Liverpool? Liverpool, they are also in double. They play to Everton, who lost 6
Two
to
aways, yeah,
to
two away,
Chelsea.
yeah.
And then, but Fulham is difficult. I
Fulham's a
think they
difficult
are
game,
both
yeah.
difficult games. But I think Liverpool have enough for Everton. I think Fulham could be a tricky one. But of course, everybody has Salah, I believe, despite his bad form. Nobody will sell him
Nobody wants to sell
for that
Salah.
one. Nobody is there to sell him. And then some managers have Darwin, some managers have Liverpool defender. Now Trent is back too. Alisson is back. I don't know. If you are looking at Liverpool, because if I speak, maybe it's gonna be in a biased point of view. But if you are looking at the Liverpool players, which 3 are you gonna look at in this double?
If I was free hitting, I'll probably get Salah, obviously. Trent is a good shout, but he's coming back from injury, so I don't know how many minutes he's gonna play. Even if it's a double, I don't think they're gonna play him in both games. So I'm sure they're looking at the players that are fit, like Darwin Nunes. Darwin is gonna play the 2 games. I don't know how many minutes, obviously. Luis Diaz is gonna play. So Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunes, and Salah for me. If I had those three would probably.
You go with those 3.
Trent also.
What?
Not Trent. Sorry. Trent is there as well, but then it's a risk. I think Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was meant to say Van Dijk. He's probably someone to have in, like, if you to consider actually. If I'm
Van Dijk is the
Van
Dijk is the most sensible one. You will expect to have 180 minutes from him unless he's injured or something like that, or he get a red card. Those are the only scenarios that he will not get 180 minutes in that case. Trent, he came back, like you say, and I was observing him very well. He played the second half because Bradley was injured, which means kind of there is more chance of Trent playing both games now. And now what happened in the Europa League tonight maybe will decide how many minutes he will have in those 2 games. I think Robertson was the most impressive one in that game. He created the most chances in that one. He took all the corners, he took all the set pieces and stuff like that. Trent did not take a single corner kick when he came on, and I was wondering why. He's our best corner kick taker. We are struggling. We are trailing behind 1-0, and then we are having a lot of set pieces, but our best set piece taker is not on them. Even though I know he's coming back from injury, at least give him 1 or 2 because we had a lot of corners in that second half, but he was not getting any of them. So does that mean the coach does not trust his fitness enough for him to be hitting those, dead balls? Because you have to whip
it takes
them
a lot of technique and a lot of power,
Take a lot of power. So that was kind of worrying for me. If that is the case, even if he plays, then where is he going to create the chances from? And there, you add to the fact that he's not yet up to that level. So I think Robertson and Van Dijk, they are the 2 sensible ones. Robertson seems he's now back to his fitness, but the season he is having, he can just play 1 game and then get injured again, because that is how unlucky he has been this season. He almost get injured every other time. I don't know if it is the age coming up with him or what, but yeah. But then his striking position at Liverpool too. Jota is bad. Don't forget that. And then you are talking about Darwin, who is out of form. Darwin has played the last 8 games.
Darwin has been out of form. Yeah, he's out of form, definitely.
Yeah. Last 8 games, I think he scored 2 goals. And one of them was the ball that hit him and then go inside. And then the other one was against Sparta Prague when we already win them 5-1 away. And then the second leg was a formality just to win the game and then qualify. Gakpo, in the game against Crystal Palace, actually, he was the best player when he came on. And this was similar against Atalanta. He came and changed the game. Despite we losing all those two games, so you have to take that into account. Gakpo has been the one who has been, hitting that form coming up. So what does that mean to Darwin and Diaz? And Jota is there too. So it's quite tricky to think about the Liverpool attack. I think Salah is the only one, and even Salah,
option,
you can't even say he is safe because club will bench him somewhere because there was a game just recently against Sheffield United. We needed a win. Club took him off, and then Liverpool won the game after Salah went off. So because of his form, club can bench him. So nothing is safe there. But of course, Salah, nobody will touch him because of his pedigree in the game and all whatnot. But I think the Liverpool attacks, which is very unpopular to say, they are not for me. Even though I have Darwin right now, I wish I did not have him.
Even it's though not the best time. Even though they have a double, it's not the best time to really own.
It's not the best time. But I just hope I'm wrong, and then they blast it and then win all games, and then we are back in the race. That is my hope. But just from an objective point of view, I don't see it that way.
So let's just transition smoothly into our double gaming 34 dilemmas. We were just talking about the players to target for the double. I think this leaves us with we already started talking about this. Some of the I think we forgot to mention Wolves, because they also have a nice double. I think they play us.
Sheffield United. You need to say comment. You need to mention Sheffield United, man.
Why mention
even though they have even though they are bad, you need to mention them. They have Brady in the Bendia.
They have Burnley and then Manchester. Man, I don't know who.
You don't know Brady. They are midfielder. Brady Diaz, 5 million. He scored a 19-pointer just recently. When he's fit, he's okay. Just talk about the other team you are talking about, Wolves. Then I will find his data and
wow. Wolves, they have Arsenal at home. They also have Bournemouth at home. So the two fixtures, their doubles, are both at home, just like Crystal Palace. The only problem is one of them is against Arsenal. So that's where. But right now, since we are struggling with strikers that are on form, Cunha has been on form recently, scoring goals. He even scored, I think, last game week 33. So he's already in my team anyways, because I already had two free transfers. The rest of the team, the players, to be honest, I don't know who to target. Neto, the keeper, I would like, but he's not cheap. He's probably 5 million or so. Might be wrong, but Neto. They have two Netos, right? The keeper is the keeper Neto?
Yeah.
Wolves.
Keeper is Neto. No. Neto is the other keeper. Jose Sa is
Jose Sa. Thank you. Jose Sa is expensive. I would go for him, but it's 5 million. But Neto, the player, is always injured. He's the only guy that I trust in that Wolves team. Even Cunha is just because of is the lack of options. That's why and he's on form. That's why I'm considering him.
But I think he came of age this season. I think he came he grew into that role.
Yeah.
This season, the previous, if you look at him in the previous season, how he was playing, I think it's difficult to trust him. But I think this season he has kind of taken up that mantle. He has scored a hat-trick against Chelsea. I remember that one. And then when he came back from his injury, he went back straight, scoring a brace and stuff like that. Yeah. So, and they were missing him when he was out. He was in really good form before his injury, before his hamstring injury. And then you just take it off from there. I think he has grown into the role and become the talisman in that team. And I think he deserves some recognition. At least the consideration in the team. The player I was talking about, by the way, is Ben Brereton Diaz. He scored an 18-pointer recently against Fulham in their 3-3. He scored 3. He scored a goal. He scored 2 goals in that one and assisted 1. He is a midfielder in the game, but he plays as a striker for them. So which is an out of position player. So of course they don't score a lot of goals. Wolves. What's his name?
Sheffield United. Is it Wolves? Sheffield United.
Sheffield United. Actually, he joined them in mid-season. He gave him 21. He scored against West Ham. He scored against Crystal Palace. Then the next game against Aston Villa, they lost that one. Then he got an injury, missed the 4-5 games. Then he is back. And then when he came back, they played Bournemouth. Then they played Fulham. That's when he scored. That was game week 30. Game week 30 when he scored. I think he was the highest scoring player in that week. We don't usually give.
Talk about the stats.
but sometimes they have things, right?
That's a
And
good. That's a
if
good
this week,
shout. That's a very good shout too. Yeah, I wasn't even aware of that. Yeah,
because we don't consider those players,
that's.
right? Bruce, Burnley. No, no, no.
I think it's because of midfield. We have like a steady midfield, 5, 6 midfielder. You know, like you have
Yeah,
to be
the big.
bold. You have to be bold enough to know which one to remove at the right time. That's the problem. So talk about
That's the thing. Yeah,
Palmer and
that's the
Son.
thing.
Son has a
Uh,
blank in 34, but he
yeah,
also
yeah,
doubles in
yeah, yeah,
35. So now what do we do? I was going to take him out, and then I saw, oh wait, he has a double in 35. So what's the point? But then Tottenham are not even doing well. So like right now. Like
yeah.
their attack is only Timo Werner. He's the only one that's like consistent right now, and he's not even like really that good. So they're struggling for
Yeah, yeah.
for goals right at this moment. Um, so yeah, it's just because it's Son and he has a double. That's why people are not considering, I say okay, taking him out. But if it wasn't for the double,
Yeah.
I am sure he would have been out of many people's team. But if 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 I was to pick, Palmer is gonna be in. I'm not taking him out at this kind of form that he's in right now. Nah, he's staying.
Yeah, yeah.
Son,
You don't do those things. You
Son is
don't do
also
those things.
staying. It's too risky. Too risky. I'm not trying to prove anything, man. They both stay in my team. Um, yeah.
Yeah, they will stay. You can bench them or start one. Start Palmer
I
and
think I'll
bench Son.
start Palmer. Yeah, Son is gonna obviously gonna
Mhm.
blank, so yeah, he goes into the bench.
Yeah,
The last
yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah. Definitely.
is triple captain in double game week viable? Like as we know, most people are playing the free hit because like you have a lot of
Uh-huh.
options, right?
Free hit
But
and bench boost.
and bench boost. But so you can also do a triple captain. But who would you triple captain in this double game week 34 right now?
Yeah, because that's the position I am in right now. I have the triple captain.
Well,
That's why I put that one there.
who do you triple? I can't tell you that. I don't even know.
That's why I bring the question. Because if it left with me, I don't know who to triple captain. Of course, the obvious answer was gonna be Salah,
But
but watching him play,
nah, I don't think this is the right time to
does not
know.
does not breed confidence with me, right? That's the
Yeah.
thing. So that's why I said let me bring this one there, add it there. Who to triple captain in this game week? Because if I don't play the triple captain now, the
Uh huh.
problem I have is I will free hit in game week 37. Of course, I can play the
Oh,
triple captain now or play 35
35. Yeah. Yeah.
When Palmer has the double and then Son have the double. So that is also a
I
possibility.
think played in 35 because you have more premium options that are on form that double. Like I would
Mhm.
personally at this point in time give it to Palmer if he was doubling. I wouldn't even think about it
Mhm.
because yeah, he's the player that's on form. The rest are not on form. It's not like you have
Uh-huh.
3 or 4 players and then one is not on form. Most of them, the midfielders we have right now, even the strikers,
Uh-huh.
apart from Watkins and maybe Isak and a few others, they're not the Haalands are not doing well. Son is not doing well.
Uh-huh.
Salah is not doing well. Saka is not doing well. So there's so many, So
But you look at Palmer's double game week, it's like Aston Villa away, which is
mhm.
gonna be really difficult for Chelsea. Like as a club, Aston Villa is gonna kill Chelsea in that
Especially
game.
away, yeah.
Yeah. So then you are talking about Palmer triple captain for that
And then which
situation.
other
And
team is
then
they playing?
the other one is Spurs at home, which is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. Yeah, but then that's what
Spurs at,
that's the thing. When Palmer plays at home, is a different player. So even
uh,
banking on the Spurs like game alone, I think I'll triple captain honestly.
Uh,
Yeah,
he's one option, and then Son is also playing double that week. The Son who will also double with is it Liverpool and I think Chelsea and Liverpool. No, Arsenal and Chelsea. Arsenal home, Chelsea
ooh,
away.
that's
So that is
tough.
difficult for
That's
Son.
tough. That's tough. Yeah, that's a difficult one.
So
Yeah. So
yeah,
I think the best would be if I had the chip, I wouldn't triple captain this one because it's going to be a high upside, very risky because you don't even have the players to give it to be honest. But it can work. I'm not saying no, but it can work. But then the problem is which one do you identify to put the ban on for the triple
yeah.
captain?
Because I don't trust Salah, to be honest. Right now, at this moment in time, I'm not
No,
seeing the football from him.
even the form is
Like
not there. Yeah.
the form is not there. To be honest, I don't, and I cannot hold the triple captain until game week 37 because 37 I will free hit 100%.
So
That is my free
is
hit
it a
game.
34 or
So I can only
35?
use.
Yeah.
So it's 34, or else I leave it until the final game of the week of the season, and then just triple captain one player who is playing in that
And hope for the
game week,
best.
which is not. And then hope for the best because to be honest, I'm not confident with the triple captainship right now.
Yeah. So let's go into our teams, our draft teams for double game in 34. I'm not playing any chip. I have 2 free transfers. Right now, I have about one, two, three, about 7 players that are doubling. You know,
Uh-huh.
I've already brought in Kuna. I think as my first transfer. My plan is to bring in Henderson. from
Mhm.
Crystal Palace for Ariola or Kelleher,
Mhm.
anyone. And then,
I think that it's time for Kelleher to go. You don't need to keep him now.
yeah, for him to go. But Ariola is more, it has more, is more expensive. I can actually use his price to get
Ah, yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
myself.
That's also another point. Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I'll bench Kelleher. It's fine. I'm gonna wildcard in 35 anyway. So the other that then that's two, and then I need to bring in somebody else. I don't know who. I want to take out Haaland. I want to be brave and take out Haaland and bring like a Watkins or somebody else or another striker that doubles, like a Solanke. So that's my
Mm-hmm.
thinking right now as things go. Captaincy is on Saka for now. I'm not confident, but he's doubling in his Arsenal anyway, so you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, Arsenal's that way. It's Chelsea and Wolves. It's not
Chelsea.
bad. It's not
They play
bad. Yeah,
Chelsea
yeah.
at home, so that might be a good one. But Wolves too,
Mm-hmm.
they're capable of winning that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the feeling I have about that game is going to be very funny because of Chelsea will try to use that tiredness of, but of course they will be fine because they don't play in the FA Cup. They are lucky they don't play in the weekend because they are out of the FA Cup, and the Chelsea game, oh, they play Wolves. Oh,
they
they
play
play, they
Wolves
play,
and
they
then
play. So
Chelsea. Yeah.
and then they play Chelsea.
Mhm.
So yeah, but maybe if they can get a result against Wolves, then the Chelsea game can be easier because right now they are heads.
They need to win. They
Arsenal,
need to win. Yeah, they need to win. Yeah.
yeah, the experience is not there.
Yeah.
It's there a little bit, but not enough.
Mhm.
So how they deal with adversities, like when they are not doing well, is also a challenge for this
How
Arsenal
they
group.
bounce back.
Um,
Yeah.
but how they bounce back,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Your
yeah, yeah.
your
You're good, you're good, you're good. Yeah,
your team. You take us through your
yeah. I
draft.
see, like you. I have 7 doublers, and I have 2 free transfers. I have Neto, White, and Gabriel, and then Salah, Saka, and then Eze in midfield,
Mhm.
plus Palmer and Reguilon I have for now. And then up top you have Darwin, Watkins, and Tony. Tony and Reguilon, they play against Luton away, which of course in a normal game week you don't mind starting those two players in those fixtures against Luton. But then Tony, he has not started the last 2 games. I was thinking that he
Yeah.
would start the last one, but I think he's having some injury or stuff
Mhm.
like that. That's why the coach is kind of managing his time. And also, at the end of the season, he will have 1 year left on his contract, and then
So they're
he's not going to
trying to,
sign a
yeah,
contract. So
yeah.
so the club kind of resigned to the fact that they're gonna lose him. Maybe you don't know what they are thinking
Yeah, they
inside
think
inside.
they're
To be
thinking
honest,
ahead. Maybe try to get the team to play without him and see like how they can start building towards next
yeah.
season. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So I was so disappointed when he did not play against Sheffield United at home. That was a fixture which was a differential player, playing Sheffield United at home. Ivan Toney, one of the best strikers in the league,
Hmm.
and then not playing. He was so disappointed. So this week I'm definitely taking him out. Him and Reguilon, both of them, because they don't have any double to come. Their fixtures look nice. But I'm just fed up with Tony and Reguilon. I just want to add up to my double game because since I have 2 free transfer, Palmer, like you say, nobody's gonna touch him. So probably it's gonna be Palmer and Watkins who's gonna be my single game week players. Bournemouth, and then they play Palmer play Arsenal. So who I bring for Tony is gonna be Solanke most likely, and then Reguilon defensively I have to think, which my heart is telling me go and bring Trent back, which I can do easily because I have the funds, but knowing what I saw, and then don't worry, you will wake up you will see the deadline, and maybe you will see Trent in my team, and then just because that is just because of, but to be honest, it's not the
It's not the
sensible thing
right
to
move
do.
to make. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's Van Dijk, and also there is the Crystal Palace who have the best, double who you can, because I'm gonna free hit in game week 37. So whoever I bring is not gonna be important for me in the subsequent game weeks a lot. So yeah, that's where I am at, and that's my team. Yeah,
Yeah, it seems like
nine
a good
double
team.
us.
As long as you have
Fine.
like the maximum number of doublers without breaking the bank, like taking like 12 minus 12,
I will
I
not have
think
to take a hit.
it should be fine.
Now,
Yeah.
to be honest, this season, like especially the second half of the season, there is no week where I feel my team was bad. But
Mhm.
then every week is a bad game
It's
week
the
for
same
me.
result. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I think,
I manage
yeah.
my team very well. I'm very happy with the managing of my
Hmm.
team, but I'm not happy with the returns that I have
Yeah.
had, to
It's
be
been very
honest.
overwhelming for some of these players, these top players, these Premier
Yeah.
League players. Yeah.
Yeah. You look at Salah, look at Darwin, Son. These players. Madison was there before. Udogi. No. They have really look at Tony. But they are very because this way are gonna be the game changers for you.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
players you expect to make the game
Uh-huh.
changers for you because maybe not everybody have them, and then you go around that, and then you have a solid end of the season. But they have been very underwhelming, like you say.
Yeah. So that's it, guys, for this episode, Double Gaming 34. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. I hope some crazy stuff doesn't happen. But you know, this is FPL. There are no guarantees.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
But
yeah.
how is the challenge going, by the way? FPL challenge.
I haven't even checked it this week. I've been
Whatever.
I've been playing it, but then the results. It's a bit difficult because this week, Game Week 33, the challenge was like if your player gets a yellow card, is minus what, -2 or something like that. I forgot the whatever. It's like a minus score, so it's like a double
Yeah,
or
is
triple, whatever. So
he
they're taking from your score. So which was like, yeah, this is, and the week wasn't good anyway. So but I keep playing. It's fun. It's like something different. So I'll keep playing. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, man. You should give it a try, just for fun, and you might win one of the challenges.
No, I'm in the draft. I'm playing draft. Also,
Yeah,
it's too much games, man.
yeah,
But
too
yeah,
many games to
it's
keep
fun.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we've come to the end of the show. Thanks for supporting us as always. Please check out the Jollof Football Bantaba. We have Gambian content there for you, consistent, of course. And good luck in the Double Gaming 34. Catch you guys on the next one.